All right, let's get into a feeling that is so weirdly common, but we hardly ever talk about it. Feeling completely and totally alone while you're literally surrounded by people. Today, we're going to unpack why that happens and how the very thing we do to try and fit in might be the thing that's pushing connection away.
I mean, really, have you? You could be at a huge party, a family get-together, or just walking down a busy street, and suddenly it hits you. This, empty feeling of being completely invisible. It's such a strange, hollow feeling, isn't it?
And this phrase it hits the nail on the head. If you felt this, you're not alone in feeling alone. This isn't some weird fluke or something wrong with you. It's a real psychological state. You're not physically by yourself, but emotionally, you might as well be stranded.
And that experience leads us straight into what you could call the crowd paradox. This bizarre situation where sometimes the more people that are around you, the less connected you actually feel.
The real name for this is emotional isolation. And the magic word here is subjective. It's all about your internal feeling, your perception of being separate. It has absolutely nothing to do with how many bodies are in the room. So that difference between being physically alone and feeling alone is huge, and it helps us bust a massive myth about loneliness. We always think the answer is just go out more, be around people, but the research tells a totally different story. And here it is, the big takeaway. Loneliness is not a numbers game. It just isn't. Having 1,000 friends on social media or a packed calendar doesn't mean you are immune to feeling deeply disconnected. And get this, when researchers actually looked at the data, they found something pretty wild. People who say they're lonely and people who say they aren't, well, they spend roughly the same amount of time with other people. So the problem isn't the amount of social time, it's got to be about what's actually happening in that time. This chart just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got social isolation. That's a fact. It's objective. Are you by yourself? Yes or no. It's about quantity. But on the other side, you have emotional isolation, loneliness. That is a feeling, a perception. It's 100% about the quality of your connection.
So it all kind of boils down to this, doesn't it? When you're with other people, do you feel like they actually see you, the real you? Do you feel like they hear you? If the answer is no, your brain literally registers that as I am alone, and all the noise and chatter of the crowd just makes that feeling of being on the outside even louder.
Okay, so this brings us to the absolute core of the problem. If it's about the quality of our connections, what's getting in the way? Well, for a lot of us, it's something we can call the performance trap. And the main thing we do in this trap is called masking. This is when we kind of tuck away the real parts of ourselves, our weird thoughts, if we're in a bad mood, our quirky hobbies, because we're trying to be the person we think everyone else wants us to be.
Wow, I mean, just think about that. In a job interview, you're on. You're polished, you're careful, you're performing this role of the perfect candidate. Now, can you imagine living like that all the time, with everyone? It's completely and utterly exhausting. So here's how that trap works. It's pretty simple. First, you hide who you really are. Then you put on this show, this performance of who you think you should be. And the result? You might get smiles, you might get approval, but it's for the character you're playing. It's not a real connection to the real you. It's basically a transaction.
And this constant performance, this masking, it comes with a really high price. And it's not just a mental thing we're talking about. It has a real physical impact on your brain and your body.
And this is so important to understand. That feeling of being isolated, the one that comes from all that masking, it's not just a mood that'll pass. The science is clear. It actually creates measurable physical changes inside of you.
I mean, look at this list. Your brain's reward centers literally get less of a positive hit from being around people. Your nervous system is stuck on high alert, constantly scanning for danger, which is why social events can feel so draining instead of fun. And over time, this leads to total burnout, and you can even kind of forget who you were underneath that mask to begin with.
Okay, I know, that was all a bit heavy. But here's the good news, the really good news. There is absolutely a way out of this cycle. So let's talk about the path back to real connection. And here's the beautiful paradox of it all. The solution isn't to try harder, to perform better, to become some even more perfect version of yourself. The real antidote to this kind of loneliness is to find ways to be more you. So here's the big shift we have to make. The problem is the performing. And the solution, according to the research, is two things. Closeness, which means building those genuine bonds where you feel safe enough to take the mask off, and immersion,
which is about being truly present in the moment with someone, not stuck in your head, judging your own performance.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought. We pour so much energy into trying to prove we belong, trying to earn our spot. But what if the real secret to belonging